Some of us feel motivated to take actions in the world that we believe will help to make it a better place for everyone to live in. So we can call that social activism, political activism, spiritual activism, as I've mentioned in another video. And the challenge can be we can become so passionate about the visions that we have for a better world, or even concerns around saving the world from trends that are very destructive or challenging for our planet to survive at some level. And we can become so passionate about these visions for a better world that we can become burned out when our intense efforts don't create the change that we hope that we could have as soon as we hope it would happen. We can become attached to things changing in a certain way at a certain time, and if that doesn't happen, it can be very frustrating, and burnout can happen where we become disenchanted and, even depressed about our situations. So today I'd like to talk about how to avoid burnout, and there's many prongs to this approach that I'm suggesting. I'll try to address at least one or two of them in this video. And the first is each thing that we do to make the world a better place, be it organizing a protest or raising people's awareness around certain realities that are difficult or destructive. Each of these things can be taken as an opportunity to raise our own consciousness and the consciousness of the group of people that we're collaborating with in these actions. So that way, when we take each of these actions, there's many benefits that can be gained from the actions for myself in the process of doing those actions. So it's wonderful to try to convince other people of your views and actions that they can take to make the world a better place. But that's not the only way to address these problems. We can change ourselves. And even if we think our behaviors around a particular concern are appropriate, we can come to a deeper and deeper understanding of how we can change to make the world a better place. So, for example, if we're asking people to look at certain facts and change their behaviors, let's say to conserve energy, for example, we can look at how we have areas in our own lives that we'd like to change that we have had some trouble changing. In other words, perhaps we have certain habits or tendencies that aren't always helpful in our own lives, and we're having a challenge to change those. As we raise our own consciousness and come to better understandings of ourselves, our habitual patterns and whatnot, we can transform ourselves. And raising my own consciousness is helpful to all activities that I engage in, and helpful to the collective consciousness of groups that I'm involved with. And so as I take actions to help the world, they can be done with a very mindful attitude. They can be done with a attitude of enthusiasm and hopefulness, and attitudes that are positive and high energy, even when we're addressing a problem that we see as very important, challenging, and so on. We've judged a problem to be serious and needing attention, but we don't need to bring that negative energy of negative judgment into our processes of addressing the problem. We can see what we have that we appreciate. We can celebrate the other people that are working to change the world in the same ways we are. We can celebrate the groups that we're working within that are addressing these problems, and really enjoy all the processes that we use in our activism. And so in a way, we're trying to bring the positive energy that we hope we can increase for others. We're trying to bring that right to our activism in each moment, in each action that we take. And so when we look back at our activism and we see the fruits that have been reaped from that activism, we won't be as discouraged if we haven't convinced others or changed other people's behaviors around our belief systems, say to reduce their energy use or adopt more alternative power sources or whatnot. We can celebrate our own transformations of ourselves and of the groups that we're working within if we keep those goals in mind at the same time as we work towards helping to enlighten others. Because really, in the end, I can't change anybody else. I can educate them, and they may be inspired to change their behaviors, and they may not. That's up to them. I don't have control over that. And to imagine that I do have control over others is probably not a strategy that will help me to maintain my own positive energies as I relate to the world. But as I raise my consciousness, I have a greater and greater ability to change myself. And that, as I've mentioned in another video, is a very big contribution to the world's evolution, and perhaps the one that I'm most able to give to the world. So take each practice as or each activism step that we take, each action we take towards social activism, take it as a spiritual practice as well, and support others in their positive energies, in their actions, and then the burnout problem is greatly reduced, if not eliminated. So if you resonate with some aspect of what I'm saying here, please give me a thumbs up down below, subscribe to my channel, and please leave questions and comments below if you have some. I'd appreciate feedback to help improve my video series.